A World Trade Center is a physical facility with a purpose. A very specific purpose. And that is to create a marketplace for those people who engage in international business or servicing international business. My vision for the World Trade Centers Association for the next century is to have World Trade Centers in every city in the world. To create one world in which people will work together, trade together, use technology to create for themselves a world of peace and prosperity.
Guy had a very unique charisma, and he had the ability to bring people together. It was very much face-to-face, and it was tough to keep that network together before the internet had the popularity and all the social media that we have available to us now.
Guy was the type of person who could sell your shoes to you. He knew how to handle each person individually on their level rather than being the president of the association. Great founder of this association.
Guy was a visionary. There's no doubt about it, he was a visionary. I'll tell you something, at one point we didn't have all this technology. We had fax machines.
WTCA was an innovator. Before the internet, they had dial-up systems. You would take a telephone and put it in those Mickey Mouse ears and dial up, and then a little green screen on your computer came up buying and selling opportunities. It was mind-blowing.
The brand turning 50 years old is actually very, very significant. And also what's really significant is where we've come, how we started out and where we are today. We have a solid reputation. We're recognizable. World Trade Centers, and then you can put any city after that. Everybody recognizes that brand, and that's due to longevity because of the fact that we've been around for 50 years.
So we had heard about the WTCA and the license process and the impact of World Trade Centers around the world, and how it all started with peace through trade and then prosperity through trade, and how this was a way to simplify access to other markets for our businesses. So we decided we should investigate, and we did, and we haven't looked back.
Can you imagine all the great relationships that have been built and nurtured and grown over 50 years? I feel at home doing business anywhere in the world, and it's because of this World Trade Center network. There's nothing else like it. There's nothing ever been anything like it. It's totally unique and incredibly valuable. And we've got a lot of room to grow too. There's some cities that would have great benefit from World Trade Center and being in their community that aren't there yet. So the next 50 years are going to be even more exciting. It's going to be something to be reckoned with.
Well known worldwide, but we need the World Trade Center to keep the business community communicate with each other.
I think it's grown immensely in terms of the connectivity, in terms of the services and the engagement with various members. The fact that we now have member advisory councils around key core services and areas of growth and development is a testament to the leadership of the WTCA and also a testament to the commitment of World Trade Centers to work collaboratively with each other.
We're very, very cognizant of our individual members, how active they are. If they're not active, how to make them active. We talk a great deal about the fact that our most active members can serve a role as champions to help new members learn about the Trade Center Association. We're looking at other things that we can offer in the way of architectural direction, financial support to finance construction of buildings, as ways, again, of building up the base, the individual member.
There's a sharing of knowledge and sharing of, practices, best practices amongst the members. And we continue to do that, in every General Assembly sessions and member seminar, constantly get updated by different World Trade Centers about their newest developments. And we constantly are re-educating ourselves on how to improve our operations.
So World Trade Centers give you connections globally that you can't get with any other organization. If I wanted to do business in Korea today, I know Koreans. I know people who have the same standards and the same objectives that I have. These are the people that make a difference in the world. And I think that's the value of the brand.
Immediately I saw that the work that we had to do in Ghana has been cut down by half. We could stand on the shoulders of other WTCs from around the world, such as the World Trade Center in Winnipeg and the World Trade Center in Trieste. We could already leverage on their experience to make sure that our program would be successful.
We have small companies and large companies. We've got Microsoft, SAP, huge companies. And part of why they want to be tenants with us is that we have the World Trade Center name.
Because of the location, because of the brand, because of the name, they are 100% occupied. They are 100% occupied all year round. There are people calling us on a daily basis wanting space. People like to be in a World Trade Center building.
Being the World Trade Center of Monterey enables us to do business, but always with an international charisma. That is, we're always thinking of how to connect local companies to the global arena.
Many opportunities have opened up. Being a World Trade Center, we are working with various stakeholders of trade. So whether it's the B2B, whether it's B2G, whether it's B2C, whether it's government, whether it's trade organizations, whether it is the consumers or the professionals or the entrepreneurs or the business community, we're dealing with all.
Utah, since the day the World Trade Center started, tripled its international exports in the next 7 years. And we didn't do that all by ourselves, but the doors that were opened around the world were a key part of that. And I will forever be grateful for the personal attention and friendship from the very beginning of my fellow members of the World Trade Center Association.
You only trade with people you like, right? You're not going to go have a deal with somebody you don't like. So first we have to discover the other and understand them, and then you do trade.
Yes, you can do it through other forms and other forums, but I think the network's more personable. We have people in those cities that we know and that we speak to and that we meet regularly. And that's quite hard to come about, I think, in a different way.
We can sell this connection because we know that we can trust the people that work for the World Trade Center. It's something very unique to the World Trade Center, is that trust element. And I'm very happy to be at the World Trade Center Algiers, and even happier and prouder to be part of this very prestigious international network.
It is an opportunity to certainly celebrate our beginnings, but it's also an opportunity to envision the future. When I look at the World Trade Centers Association, it is the leading private sector international trade organization in the world. Think of it, over 300 World Trade Centers in some 100 countries, representing over 1 million members. That is a powerful network. We're thought leaders, we're connectors. We're not only representing cities that account for some 35% in global GDP, but we're also forces for change in our own communities as we seek to expand global business opportunities for companies that we serve.
The WTCA will grow because there are many countries which are least developed countries, which are emerging economies, where we can play a very important role, not only in brand image, not only in image building, but also in uplifting the poverty by creating wealth for them in trade, industry and commerce, employment and growth.
We're seeing new energy, people of all ages getting involved in the association, and I think it's much stronger than it was when I was first introduced to it in 1998.
It is evolving. It understands its importance, it's understanding the power it has, it understands the transformation that it can bring about in the community, in the region.
I can expect when we celebrate WTCA 100 anniversaries will be totally different.
To build on what you have built needs innovation, needs strategic thinking, needs geopolitical understanding, needs risk management, needs people, and needs tweaking your model in order to use the brand in its best possible way for it to grow.
This platform appears to be a platform where the only focus of the participants is to collaborate, on how to make it better and how to work. And that is also a significant depiction of what future role WTCA is going to have in the scheme of things when it comes to global trade.
I think it is also important that we make the world a little bit better.
We are really helping commerce worldwide. And trade is a very important piece of glue as well as a vehicle for business. It's also a vehicle, believe it or not, for peace.
For trade to work, everybody has to win, or there's no trading that happens. And so the organization stands on the principle and the premise that through the work that we're doing, everyone will be lifted.
I think we have what it takes to grow, to have a better positioning, that we are known, that we can really be recognized as the leader in making sure that people have access to trade services, that they have access to other people, that they have access to this network.
It is a very, very special group of people to be part of.
I'm grateful that a group of people 50 years ago came up with this idea and has nurtured it and seen it grow and flourish and serve so many economies and so many businesses and so many individuals. So I'd like to say thank you to those people 50 years ago who did this, and thank you to all the people for the past 50 years who've been working so hard and diligently and cared so much about a global economy and seeing people prosper all over the world, all kind of businesses and all size businesses. Even though it's been a great 50 years, just watch what's coming next. It's going to be fantastic.